hello out there in social isolation. Welcome to Thrones of Game, the Game of Thrones podcast that watches the series backwards. If you've never heard the show before, then sit by the fire, dear friend, and I'll explain. My name is BT Calloway. I've already seen the entire show, but joining me is Elliot Jay O'Neill, the only man in the world to have never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones until we started watching it backwards. Elliot, how are you, buddy?
I'm in isolation.
Isolation we are. Appropriate 1.5 meters apart. In fact, I think we got 2 meters here because we're extra space safe.
And physically awkward people generally.
In general. We just watched Season 5, Episode 3, entitled The High Sparrow. Elliot, what just happened?
Me. No, actually, a fair bit happened, but it was kind of smattered throughout, and it just, yeah.
Yeah, so for everyone playing at home, this is the one where Tommen marries Marjorie. It's probably one of the few weddings to not involve murder. Sansa goes to Winterfell, and Tyrion gets kidnapped by Sir Fracken. Of all his names, I can't think of anyone right now.
Blondie McFuture Grayscale arm.
Future Scale Bod, Captain Friendzone himself. Jorah Mormont, thank you.
Jorah among us.
Yeah, those are the main points of this one. This is a lot of bits and pieces moving around again, as it always is. It's also a little bit of Arya getting fed up with, being in the House of Black and White, but not being trained as an assassin yet. And
I'm getting fed up with her being in the House of Black and White.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give this one a bit of leeway, though, because I know it's sort of setting up a lot of stuff, and I can see it was clearly doing something different than all the other times I've seen, but god fucking damn, it's just like, tell her what you want. You just say what you want and then you might get it.
No, but if we talk in wispy voices and have you do meaningless tasks, you'll learn how to be a nobody.
Yeah, we get it, Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, sweep the floors. Fuck.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed the dude. All right, well, I know it was a bit of a snoozer, and again, this is all... Instead of ratcheting up the tension for you, this is going downhill. This is, literally walking downhill instead of going uphill.
Yeah. The last episode I saw, Tyrion was with Joram. He started this episode not with Joram. What am I?
But with Varys.
Yeah.
Although I always enjoy Varys and Tyrion hanging out. It's a good buddy cop. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But no, if you had to pick a few moments from this or one single moment, what is your most valuable part of this episode? Or if you want to tear out a new one, what is your least valuable part?
Oh, God, I don't really want to tear out a new one, actually. It's just... It was a bit of a snoozer.
Mm-hmm.
Best part, I really actually liked... I don't remember her real name. Who cares? I use the fake names. Tilda Swanson and...
Brienne of Tarth.
And Pod of Cast.
Yep. Good old Podrick Payne.
Yeah. The Pipes of Podrick. Mm-hmm. I actually enjoyed their little back and forth.
Oh, yeah. They're always great. And
I was just sort of thinking, I haven't seen their buddy comedy in this show yet.
Yeah, it must be season 4 where everyone is a part of buddy cop movies, and I love it personally. I had a great time. They're a really good pairing, and I do really like the story she tells of, being a young lady and her father wanting her to marry up and having this party and having all these suitors come who danced with her and told her that she was lovely, and then they all start laughing, and it's a very Carrie kind of moment.
Man, yeah. She had a horrible high school origin story.
Oh, man, for sure. But that's how she became to be in service of, I forgot the guy's name.
Baratheon?
Yeah, but which Baratheon? The one we haven't seen yet. Renly. Baratheon. Yes. Renly. So that was a very sweet moment. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
No, that's pretty much all I had to say about it. There's not, really one standout moment for me in this one, and... Yeah. Despite the fact that we get to field some of the future questions a bit more this week than others, yeah. What about you? What was your MVP?
I was just going to add quickly to that moment. I really like Podrick when, she's all like, why are you still a squire? And he's like, well, I've had a few of them. They've all been nice. And she was like, oh, well, I'm sorry you're stuck with me. He's like, no, you're pretty good. It's like, oh, but I'm a horrible person. He's like, oh, well, if you weren't horrible to me, I wouldn't learn anything. It's like she's trying to kick him a little bit and make him go, get some distance from her emotionally. But he's too damn nice. Good old Pod. He's the best.
That's okay, ma'am. I don't mind being a little cut bitch.
Yep. Thank you, ma'am. I have another. No, I'm going to say I think my MVP is probably the back and forth between Cecil Lannister and Marjorie Tyrell because it's all just subtext of them just quietly slapping each other in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's led by our first little... We'll skip ahead a little bit to our first part of nudity which was just a little bit of Natalie Dormer back, but that's fine. They starts off with some sex panting, and just her and Tom and consummating, and then it does slowly move into this her really kind of cleverly backhanding her Tommen's mother, being all like, oh, your mother's so sweet, she's always looking after her little boy, and he's like, oh, but I'm the king now. So, oh no, you are, but of course to her you'll always just be her little son, little cub of the lioness, and like kind of planting that seed. And in the next one, he's all saying, oh, wouldn't you be happier back home at Castle Rock? I just want you to be happy, which, again, I think from him comes very genuinely. But you can tell Cersei kind of figures it out and is like, oh, that bitch has been, okay, fuck. So she goes to see her, and there's this whole back and forth where it starts off with, Marjorie is all like, and then he wanted to do it 4 times, like we're trying to set a record. He's like, well, what is the record? Giggling with my girls.
Yeah.
And then, Cecil walks in. He's just like, oh, what do I call you? Mother. That's, call you mother.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was very much like brunch with the girls and mimosas and stuff. But the thing is, they weren't having mimosas. It was much too early for them.
I love that back.
That is a killer line.
We'll get you a drink. It's a little early for us, of course. Yeah. It's like, and it's just a great little back and forth. And they have these little, you can see that rivalry building and that power struggle in people who don't command armies, but have, everyone's ear and have this kind of quiet power. And it's very cool. I like that scene. I like it a lot. It's very good. I think we talked last time about Natalie Dormer's, you can see her controlling Tommen, and I really like that as well. It's very cool. She plays it very well.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see her like this and not, the prisoner just being like shamed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they both end up in the same place because, High Sparrow gets very high and mighty. But we'll get to that.
Speaking of actually him, like, is this the first time I've actually seen him do like charitable fucking pious stuff? Like,
yeah, this is how he starts off. He's just a guy in nothing but a robe handing out soup to the needy. And this is where his whole thing starts.
Because, every other time I've seen him is, like, held up in the big castle, like, but still wearing piece of shit clothing and, like, I don't know, taking care of this big thing. Like, this is the first time I feel like I've seen him do, like, something charitably human, which would suit his character a lot more.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we were saying last time when Cersei is all like, oh, why don't you get a faith militant together? And they'll be your militia. And then bam, he has them. This we can already see he kind of already had them. And he just, turned them into the faith militant. I do kind of like that we never fully find out if he was an actually pious person or if he was just making power plays from a different direction. I like that we never fully know that for sure. Whereas here, he's obviously just there to serve the poor, but again, maybe he came there to get go for a power grab of some kind and end up with way more an opportunity than he ever thought he would. I mean, that's entirely possible, but I like a lot of his lines. He has a good little line of, I told them nobody's special and they think I'm special for telling them that. And it's like, that's, pretty fair of a lot of religions get out of hand and have hierarchical structures and power and all that, when it's just the message itself is we should be all equal under the eyes of whatever it is we believe in. So, and I like his line of hypocrisy is a boil and it's always painful to lance a boil. And it's like, yep.
Yeah, no, and they could have been a bit more delicate with the sword as well. That was a good follow-up. I don't know, this is just a weird staging of the scene where it's like the old people are doing jobs and carrying on with a conversation even though they're still interacting with other people. Yeah. It's just like being on the opposite end of that. It's like, oh, the soup guy's giving me Brett, take it. You didn't say, okay, bye.
I mean, because I want to say blessings of the 7 be with you, but he's talking to someone. It's a little awkward, but he's also serving me. Do I say it? It's thank you.
I can see you still have some of the sourdough. Can I have some of that instead?
It's really good. I don't want to be fussy and ungrateful, but it's just very good bread.
Multigrain, like, it's fine. Not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it was just weird staging how he was going between the thing anyway.
No, fair. But I guess that's also meant to be, he's not giving Cersei anything he wouldn't give anyone else who came to visit him. He's still serving everybody else. He's doing his job. He's happy to talk to her, but he's not going to let her effectively cut in line and take up his time.
Right.
Because he's got people to serve. Yeah, I think it's a good introduction for Bernie Sanders there. And
is this his first episode?
I think so.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, as far as I can remember, this is his first introduction. So
yeah, right.
He's just on a rocket train to weird power and getting blown up. As we all are. To my next question then. Nudity!
Yes.
Yes, we already mentioned some sex panting and some Natalie Dormer back.
Yep. And the brothel scene, is this... was this shown again in the episode we just watched?
Same brothel, but different scene of it. So this is Littlefinger's establishment.
Has he set up a bunch of like entrapment thing? Like
No, they burst in. They weren't welcome there.
Oh, okay.
They just came in, wrecked up his establishment of the High Septum, who is the current, Pope, basically, who was in the middle of some kinky things with sexual representations of all of the 7 gods, and then him taking his choice. And I do like the bit. It was like, I'll have the maiden. The guy's like, it's always the maiden. So, and the stranger. And it's like, okay, fine. More is extra. Yes, I know. Stop breaking the fantasy. Yeah. But yeah, so the 7 gods are represented by 7 prostitutes with, boobs out. We also get some old man butt to balance things out.
Of course, yeah. During his own, walk of atonement thingy.
Yeah, very light compared to other people's walks of atonement, but hey.
But, good on Littlefinger's establishment for catering to all kinds of fantasies.
Hey, if you got the coin, that's what they're there for, I guess. Is the moral? I don't know. Do you want to call that a moral? We do end up in a brothel again later on with when Tyrion just can't stand being in the wagon anymore. We see someone dressed as Dan Brady but without pants.
With arseless chaps even. Yeah. That's so fucking rad.
Yeah.
Again in this world where people are cosplaying.
Basically. It's got a good line of anyone who can inspire priests and prostitutes must be of high importance, and Tyrion's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get a bit of smooth talking Tyrion when he sits down with this other, girl, and kind of, even though she is a prostitute, manages to chat her up. It's like, probably didn't need to do that, but I respect that you did. And he has a good line of, he gets her to laugh and he goes, well, who needs wealth when you can make a woman laugh? It's like, smooth.
Mm-hmm. But if only he didn't lose the lust. If only he did not go out for a piss.
Yes, if only. Well, we'll find out later why he lost that lust, but that's some backshadowing.
He's not a eunuch, is he?
No. Or is he? No. But is he? No, of course not. He couldn't piss like that if he was a eunuch.
Yeah, and also I don't think he could make fun of Burnt Newton.
He couldn't make fun of eunuchs if he was one. Although I suppose then he could be like one of them, but it's different then.
That's our word.
But yeah, on the way to the brothel, they do pass another red priestess who is also hot. So I'm saying it again. I'm for this religion. All their priestesses are hot and have weird sex magic powers. Yep. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I'm sure Littlefinger's establishment can cater to your wills.
I don't want to pay these things. I just want to find them and be a part of them in a fictional landscape. I don't even know where I'm going with this. It was an impassioned speech, but I started, and about 5 words in, I realized I had nothing to be passionate about. So, but we do move to our little bit of cock talk.
What's that? It's cock talk.
When Tyrion's trying to get into the brothel and the guy pats his head, he's like, it's good luck to pat a dwarf's head. And he's like, it's also a good luck to suck a dwarf's cock. Yep.
He's really got the gift of the gab, that guy.
Yeah, but again, it's not, we prefer it when it's cock as a metaphor, and this is quite literal. It's not as much fun, but hey, it's the best mention of this segment we've had for a while. Yeah. So zip it back up until it happens again.
Zip it up.
Zip. That's the end of cock talk for today. Which moves us to our next question, violence.
Again, a little bit of smattering here and there, but overall not like a big battle scene or anything.
Nope.
Oh, God, I think I've only got 2 Vs on my page anyway.
Ooh.
But yeah, I guess the big one is the fucking execution scene.
Yeah, for sure. John Bum Shovey has his authority undermined by someone who refuses to take an order from the Lord Commander, and he's all like, oh, drag him outside, give me my sword. And I do like the suspense in this one. You're like, oh, is he going to do it? Is it a good idea to do it? Is it a better idea to show mercy? I don't know. And again, guy pleads for his life and he stops. Then he just cuts his head off.
Yeah, so as someone who's seeing this for the first time, I can honestly say this is the impact it had on me. The second they were dragging him outside, I was like, okay, yeah, this is getting real. But then, I thought, okay, prediction, the way it's going to go, he's going to get him on the stocks, go to kill him, but then, give him the little stop short and, maybe even the little kiss of the sword and go, don't let me see you fuck up again. But also, I remembered, I'm meeting this person for the first time today.
And that usually means one thing.
Yeah, but it didn't still spoil the surprise. That dude's head came off in a very surprising way.
Yeah, I mean, the music even stops, and when he starts pleading and crying, and yeah, you think, oh, he's going to have mercy, and that's going to be the thing that shows weakness, because he's still going to have this person who doesn't respect him, yada, shink. Oh, okay, that guy is dead. And I think it's a good debate to have of whether or not it's better to keep, show mercy to a dissenter, whatever.
An apologetic dissident.
Yeah. Or whether you just like, nope, you done fucked up. Now you don't get to keep your head.
Live if you can.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of our only moment of violence, really.
Yeah, well, I saw a bit of the flayed skin people as well.
Yeah. I wrote
who also have trouble living, much like the headless.
Yeah, well, the Boltons are bastards like that. But however, I gotta say, Ruse Bolton's voice is awesome.
Yeah.
Like super bassy, but not like growly at all. It's like that. I want him to like read me a book. If he's not on Audible, he should be.
I was actually having those moments with Davos, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even hearing your words right now.
Davos can read me a story and it'd be like really happy and I feel good. Ruse could read me a story, it's going to be like intense, like, then what happened?
They'd be a great devil and angel on your shoulder.
Oh, phenomenal, yeah. Good fast. And I was like, I don't even care. It's like hearing you guys talk. You want to debate some more? Should I knock this guy's head off or not?
You should show them mercy. No, flay their skin.
So you always put the flaying. Yeah, I mean, because Reek checks out all these flayed people, and so I wrote down Reek and the Flayed, which is a pretty good metal band name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and in this bit as well, is Ramsay constantly eating? Is he one of these fucks that eats heaps per day and he can just metabolize it?
Seems to be. I mean, he does expend a lot of energy murdering people, but...
Flaying will take it out of a man.
Yeah, now that you mention it, he does eat a lot.
Yeah.
There is like meant to be a good visual shorthand of any visual medium where eating is a position of power because usually people are vulnerable when they're eating, but if you're not, as we discussed on a previous episode of if you want to learn to be a good actor, learn how to eat menacingly.
Yeah.
But it's also, the power of, being comfortable, being well provided for, and just you don't give a fuck if you're eating while people are talking to you about important things. Even his dad has to be like, stop eating and listen to my commanding voice.
Yeah. I suppose that's it. It's like a great shorthand of a way to show that he's rich all the time.
Yeah, the only one-up of that is to take someone else's food is the absolute show of power.
Ooh.
So if you watch a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies, the badass will do that.
Ah, as in the scene with the tasty burger.
Yeah, takes his food and eats it.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was a tasty burger.
Do you have anything to wash this down? Anyway.
Yep, quickly just scanning my notes, because that's all our questions, really, and there's no more violence. Like, we had a little bit of Bobcat Girl slapping Arya.
Her delivery of, ow, cunt!
I know, I wrote down Bob Cunt, because that needed to happen.
I actually thought Arya kind of looked like she was wearing a wig in this one.
A little bit.
Yeah, and so my note there was training Bobcat.
Well, I mean, maybe they'd already cut her hair for the Bobcat, and they needed to go back and film this scene for whatever reason, or maybe they just, reasons they do that. Or
it's still a new haircut that kind of looks a bit wonky because new haircuts do.
Yeah, well, that's just the way haircuts be. You got to let them grow out before they look natural. Not that anyone's getting haircuts lately. But I do like the whole bit with the Assassin's Creed. The dude is all like, well, how is this girl going to be no one if she's surrounded by relics of Arya Stark? And she's throws her old clothes away and the money she's earned away, and then goes to the sword, the needle, and is just like, can't do it, and hides it instead. It's good. It's a good little moment of, she's not completely letting go of herself, so maybe these people will figure that out, and she'll never truly be one of them, or maybe she'll trick them all and actually learn how to be an assassin and still be Arya Stark.
Reminder of things I've already seen, though. Does she get that sword back?
She does.
Oh, okay.
Very important sword. Remember when Bobcat Girl chased her down into the alleyway, and then she went into like a dark room, and there was a candle, and she cut the candle with a sword?
Ah.
That sword was needle.
All right, because, I don't remember fetching it out of stone, so I was like,
yeah, neither do I. Maybe it happened and I forgot.
But just, my God had many faces. My God's not a person. You don't know who he is. He's someone. A man is a person. Fuck off.
Well, they never fully explain the many-faced God.
No, they do not.
But I developed a theory in this one. I think the many-faced God is just the name of death.
All right.
Because... First of all, like all the statues of all the other 7 gods are around, Arya lists them out as she's looking around. It's like, where is this many-faced God? And he's like, well, there is only one God. And it's like, but we know for a fact in this world, there's the Lord of Light. He keeps showing some magical powers. I don't think any of the others are the weird old gods of the tree people-y things. They show a little bit of power as well. So there's obviously literally actual other gods out there. I think what he's referencing more is in sooner or later, everyone dies, and therefore death is your only real God because we're all beholden to that. Yeah. And there's also a bit that's a bit of a back shadow spoiler, but it's not too bad. When Arya's learning to first sword fight, the guy training her has this line of, what do we say to the god of death? Not today.
Yeah.
And so then she goes to work with these other assassin people, and their whole thing is saying yes to death, basically. We're not entirely sure what people come to the House of Black and White and they drink that from that stone cup, from that well, and then they seem to die from it, and maybe as like a euthanasia thing. Again, never fully explained.
Yeah.
But I also appreciate that. I think that's, them accepting death and accepting their passage into this realm of death and of God and yada, yada, yada. So that's my hot take on it. She goes from someone who says no to the god of death, who's someone who's supposed to say yes to the god of death, and blah, 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 blah. It's a theory. I like it. It sounds fun.
Well, I reckon he is an allegory for Jesus, because he's a white dude with like medium brown hair and stubble. Yeah. And that's what Jesus looks like. And God is his daddy.
I mean, maybe he's just a dudist priest,
He really is. Except he acts like such a cunt.
He's just all wispy and never really tells you what he wants.
Yeah, looks like a dude, acts like a cunt.
A lot of cunts in this house, but hey, what are you going to do? But I do like she's all like, I've been
sweeping the rising cunts. Sorry.
He walks in and she's like, I've been sweeping this floor for days. I just wanted to say, it's fucking clean. I have swept it for days. It is not that big. It's clean.
Well, I was thinking, it's fucking dusty all the time because you got exposed stone walls, you dickhead. You put in the facilities to have everyone's fucking faces, but you don't know how to dust treat your goddamn house.
Yeah, she's like, look, just hear me out. Carpets. Make the whole place a lot warmer, make all these people dying on the floor more comfortable, and we won't have to sweep all the fucking time.
I've got a guy back at home. I know I'm not meant to bring relics from home, but he's a really good contractor and he doesn't stiff you on the bill.
That's what you want, isn't it? That should be your god, a tradie who doesn't rip you off. Yeah. Yeah. What are you peeped?
Here, take this scroll. He's got his information. Anyway.
Yeah, yep. Now I was going to troll through my other notes. So I do like this little scene where Cecil Lannister and Marjorie Tyrell are being carried through streets in their little buggy things. I don't know what they're called. And everyone's ignoring Cecil and is like, Queen Marjorie, we love you, blah, blah, blah. And again, a bit I didn't notice in that nice little backhanded back and forth they have is Marjorie Tyrell ends it by being all like, and I'm not too familiar with court. What do I call you now? Queen Mother? Or do I call you Queen What is it exactly? It's just as if to say, you ain't got the power anymore, bitch. I do. Nice.
Also, you're kind of old.
Yeah, and you suck. I'm the new hotness. Bow. Did you see my back in that other scene? That's a sexy back. I have literally brought a sexy back.
And all the girls are like, woo.
Yep. Yep. Ladies in waiting. They're just so much fun to just back you with they're basically her hype men, but of just giggling.
I did like how with her, dealing with the consummation as well. It felt like I hurt you. No. It was all over so fast. Yeah.
Sure was.
Would you like cake or pomegranate juice?
I don't know. He's trying. Give the kids something. He's trying.
I know. It's just, oh man, like the ultra wealthy, how they eat.
Yeah, cake and pomegranate juice.
And whatever fucking leg of whatever animal that fucking Ramsay is hoeing in on.
Yeah. Whatever he wants. It might be person. Who the hell knows? That guy's insane. We did get a bit of Sansa and Littlefinger, who Littlefingers, just basically looking at a castle and talking. And again, I like Sansa's acting on this one. And her hair's dyed. I forgot that happened. It's all blackish.
Yeah, that's right. And, and we get a little bit of ever so creepy looking at her as she arrives.
Yes, a little bit of Miranda being ever so creepy.
And she's like, that bitch, I'm going to creep on her ever so much.
He's so creepy. Yep.
I'm out of notes.
Yeah, I believe I am too.
Barney smuggled.
I was trying to think of a good one for Tyrion this time. I couldn't get anything. Well done. We have a bit of that old lady who later on loses her skin, who's like, the North remembers him.
Yep. The one that we see, help her out. And
Yep. The guy who gets his face stabbed by Arya shows up for a bit. It's mostly just because when I saw that scene the first time around, I could not for the life of me remember who this dude was. So every time he pops up, I'm like, it's Stab Face. I know you. You get stabbed in the face. Darth Maester is there, and we just have a long scene of him writing a scroll, and then this big mound covered by a sheet in the background shakes. Or should I say this big mountain.
Yeah, when that happened, he was like, easy now. And I was like, wait.
Yes. Getting closer to that. Yeah, we're getting close to some pretty cool iconic moments, but I think they're all in season 4. But hey, so that puts me out of notes. How about you?
I'm done.
Then we must ask our final question. How did we get here?
Well, a little high sparrow told me that the next episode is called The House of Black and White. More of the fucking shit that I already said I didn't like that much.
Well, it could be like, black and white movies, and they're just learning the art of projection. I can't even make this up. Nope, yeah, it's going to be that entirely. I got no hope for you there, man.
Well, I mean, at least, like, it's Arya arriving.
Yeah.
But I still feel like I'm in for at least 10 minutes of elusive, dumb answers from this dickhead.
What we also get to look forward to is, because in this one, Tyrion's tired of being in this wagon all the time, he's going to be in that wagon all the time.
But they can't get in the wagon before they paint it.
Does not paint your wagon.
I would watch Paint Your Wagon starring Tyrion and Varys.
Yep.
Don't you paint a wagon? Don't you paint it wagon?
Oh, but they'll quip each other the whole time. It's like, well, I know you're used to painting the town red, but how about this wagon? Do you paint it red? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I didn't have anything when I started that sentence, but I got there. Pretty proud. All right, well, that puts me out of notes as well. So if that puts me out of notes and you out of notes, then I've already ruined this line of dialogue.
There's no more notes.
No more notes, so we're just going to give up. Well, until next time, I've been BT Calloway. That's been Elliot Jay O'Neill.
Goodbye.
And for now, our watch has ended.